Yep. Good evening, everyone. So, have you tried the Redux store? Yeah. We discussed about the Redux store, how to implement in an example. I given the task to do. Na? Any of you have tried it? Done? So you need to implement in a shopping example. Na? You have to design a shopping example and implement that. No one tried it till. So try, see by tomorrow, right? If you have any issues, we can check in that. So the process I given you, the logic part I given you, you have to implement it, right? That's what you have to do. Next, one more option I will show you here. That means you need to know about another concept. So how we can use mobile environment, and we will see deployment also. That means deploying and designing progressive web applications, deploying React app, deploying a React app. The base process I will show you how we can deploy React app. Deploying React applications, we will see actually building and deploying. These are the two important points you need to know. So that means, so first important, building. So building React application. Building is nothing but already. Generally, building is the process. So what is the process is? Actually, it is the process of checking syntax errors, right? It is the process of checking the syntax errors. So, and identifying the issues in application, in dependencies, issues in dependencies. That means, is there any dependency missing, or dependency name is wrongly given, and compiling it successfully. Compile successfully. After that, create a build ready for deployment. Create a build ready for deployment. That is actually building. So that means you develop a React application. After developing the React application, we are every day what we are doing, we are compiling npm start. It is compiling React application. Instead of compiling, means that is compiling and checking the output. What we have to do is we need to verify the problems. Output is not the concept for us. We need to first check the problems and compile it successfully and keep it ready so that we can publish it. We can start using it. That is what actually the building process. And generally, to do this, we have a command npm build. By using this command, you can build your React application. And building the React application is making it ready for deployment. Actually, once the application is ready, you can deploy anywhere, right? What are those deployment techniques? I will tell you. We will see that. So let's take one good application that we already designed. Any JavaScript, TypeScript, anything. So I will take the project that we designed with the Visual Studio with all kind of navigations. We designed a small application. We will take it. We will open the React application that we already designed, React Shopping. So that is the application that we already designed. It is having a lot of things involved in it. Okay. In this, the unnecessaries, whatever are there, I will clean these up. They are not related to this application actually. Okay, see, now this is a very lengthy, this is a complete our React application that we built with a lot of resources, right? And it is having a good navigation also, I think, right? So we will go to this index and we will make it start with iShop index. iShop index. So which is the startup page for our application. iShop index is the startup for this application actually. I will keep that in the startup. I will use iShop index, which is the startup for our app. Let's see first. So yeah, iShop index here. It is in iShop folder. Yeah, iShop index is there. Okay, it is having all the navigation part. Okay, fine. So now I want this project to deploy. So first we need to check the errors, find the problems in this and make it ready for deployment. Then what we have to do, open the terminal and here we have to run the command npm build. npm build is the command. Now when I run this npm build command, it is going to, so npm run build, npm run build. Okay. Yeah. So this is going to start building your application. npm run build. Okay. That is your starting building of your application. Now you see it will start building the application. First it will find out all the problems. If there are any syntax issues, if there are any dependency issues, it will track them and it will report the issues. If there are no issues, then what it will do is automatically it will create a build folder. Means it will create a build structure which is ready for deploying. You know, general real-time environment, right? Generally in software development, you know that in any project development, we usually have 4 servers. Am I right? I hope you know this. Generally, we have a sandbox server. We discussed once. We will have a development server. We will have a quality, and we have a production. We have production, right? Now, sandbox is actually repository server. All the library that is required for building application is kept inside the sandbox. It is the repository server. Now, as a developer, you are given access to the sandbox. You get the library from there. And we build application in the development environment. This is our app. Application is built in development server. After building the application in the development server, generally what we do is After we build it, if it is successful, then we move to quality. In the quality server, what we have to do is we have to test the application. We need to test the application. So generally, quality server is the location where we test the application. After testing the application, then we move this to production. And once it is into the production, now it is ready. That means now your client will be using your application from the production. That means application have to move from the development to quality, quality to production. And lot of configurations are required when application is moving from one location to another. When it is moving, you have to change the configuration. You are configuring for quality, then you have to define on. So we have to define on, is it? Build. So technically, when you are doing this here, when we are developing an application, we have to set certain configurations. You can have it first and then listen. Clear? It will take so much time watching me and again opening one wrap, again watching me, again opening another wrap. Do it fast, then you can have it. Yes. So technically here, when we are defining the development, we have to configure for development. So we have quality, we have to configure for quality, and production, we have to do it for production. Lot of changes happens when application moves from quality to production. But what is the command this ng build is? This ng build, it makes so the production ready environment. It makes the production ready environment. It makes the environment ready for production. That means actually we have to just run this and it will make your application ready for production. Every configuration, everything it will define. Actually, many times people sometimes ask like manually how we build it, right? Means how to make it ready for production configuration. In real time environment, it is not at all preferred. We don't prefer manually. We always prefer automation tools only, right? By using these automation tools and all these commands, we follow the process. Manually, we don't do that, right? But manually, if you can know which concept to be configured and defined, that is very, very good. That I will explain in next session. How to build a project from scratch manually. I will tell you about one concept of that. Then architecturally, you will be very good. You can understand which option is used. Correctly how your React application flows. You can understand that. But technically, when I run this build, you see, it is say that build folder is ready to be deployed. It is to be deployed. That means actually from the React 16 plus versions, they made this ready for production. Actually, in older versions, it is ready for building, ready for development, not for production. But now it is ready for production. Now, important is you see, when you run this command, that means, so it adds a new folder, into project by name build. It adds a new folder into project by name build. And you can see this is the folder added into your project. And this is the folder that contains all the files ready for deployment. It is the folder that contains all the files ready for deployment. That means these are the files that are ready for deployment. Now this folder you need for deploying. So that means this is production ready. This is production ready. Now the question is how to deploy, how to make it live. Currently what you are doing, you are using npm start. Do you know what happens when npm starts? On npm start, what happens is it will create a local server for you. It will create a local server for you, which will be running on a port number 554. Which one? This is 3000. 3000. It will run on a port number 3000. And what it will do is, so it will run your application on that server and show you. That means you are using a local server. That means actually, so deployment, that means this is important. Deploying is nothing but it is the process of making your application ready for use, ready for client use, right? You can make your application ready for client use, deploying. And very important, you can deploy so on two things. We have local servers, or you can deploy on cloud servers. You can deploy on cloud servers. You can deploy on local server or cloud servers. Local servers like you have like XAMPP server. We have like MAP server. So you have like IIS server. You have like Apache Tomcat. You can use all these local servers like XAMPP, MAP, IIS, Apache Tomcat. These are all the local servers. You can use these local servers and you can deploy and you can use it. That's what actually your application is, generally how you can handle. That is on local servers. And you can use cloud servers. Cloud server, like you can use Firebase. You can use like GitHub pages. You can use AWS. You can use like Azure. These are all cloud servers. Netify. You can have so many cloud servers. These are all cloud servers. You can deploy on cloud. You can deploy on local servers depending on your requirements. Means actually local servers are not for client purpose. We will just use for our preference. In the development environment, if you want to test your application, how it is running, generally what we do, we deploy on a local server and you do it. Do you know how to create websites on local servers? Any idea? Anywhere you have done it? How to create a simple application on local servers? Any? Manually you have done any? And using those local servers? No. Any idea of how to use these local servers? Anywhere, any server you have done? For example, I will show you here. Just example I will show here. I will show you cloud servers, how to deploy. One example we will see. Actually, local server means, suppose you have Windows operating system. Windows by default comes with IIS, local server. That means if you have Windows installed in your computer, by default it comes with a server called IIS. You don't need to download or install anything. Others we have to install. This is inbuilt available with Windows. Now IIS is actually Internet Information Services. Internet Information Services Manager. So this is the local server available in Windows. You can use it. For example, C. Actually, in order to use this local server, first, so open IIS on your PC. It is already installed with Windows. If you have Windows operating system, you can just go run and type inet mgr. In run, you can type inet mgr. In search also, you can do that, right? So in search also, you can get it. IIS, you can search, you will get it. Directly in run, you can open run inet mgr. That is actually the local server. That means that is the IIS. This is the web server actually. This is the web server. This is the local server. And you can use, so you can just go search and you can use Internet Information Services Manager. This is the local server actually. If you have Windows, you will get this server. Now what we have to do is here in this local server, we have to create a new virtual directory. You have to create a new virtual directory which is called as website. So website is technically a virtual directory. Creating a website is creating a virtual directory. So you have to create a new virtual directory, design a new virtual directory. So how? See, you expand here. This is your PC location. You expand this. You will find there is a sites folder. You open that sites folder. So you see there is a default website. In that default website, you have to right click and add virtual directory. So creating a website is locally creating a virtual directory. You have to select add virtual directory. Now it is asking what is the website name. I will give the website name as React Shop, just like that. And it is asking where is its resources path. The resources path is nothing but the resources path is your build path. That means your project build folder. And you can see, you can click here, browse, where we created in D drive, I think. In D drive, we have a React shopping in that build. That is the location. And OK, that is the build path actually. And very important, as per the rules of website, I hope you know that every website starts with index page. You have to make sure that this build have an index page directly, not in any subfolder directly. It should have an index. Website starts with index. Now you configure that build and OK. Now it is added. I have some other website also here. So this is React Shop is a website. Now you hosted on a local server. Now how do we request this local server? Actually what we do, open any browser, http:// you can use IP address which is 127.0.0.1, or you can simply use localhost. Localhost / website name. Website name is React Shop. That's it. No port number, nothing. Because directly you hosted on the server. So now just React Shop. That is what we are requesting. And it will get the React app. Actually, React app is coming. But remember, the paths are not ready because our path references are so many wrong here. You see, you inspect here. And in the console, you can see majority here. So the problem will be related to these resource locations only. Resource locations means, so that means it says that server responded with not found. Not found is nothing but it is actually, so simply saying that it is not available in the correct path, right? Actually, in this, which page we have to access? Index.html, right? That index.html you don't need to request. By default, it will request if there is an page. But actually, the path is not configured for this, because actually this local server we haven't configured for React application. I just showed you the process. I just showed you the process, how it actually works. For example, you can see, that means I will show you a general thing. See, you can understand that. Create virtual directory. Here we have to give alias. Alias is what? Some React shop. Okay. And we have to give the physical path. What is the physical path? Physical path is your build folder. Build folder location, you have to give it. I will show you in general. Suppose, see what I am doing. Just temporarily to make you understand how actually it works in a scratch level. I will add a folder in D drive. I will give the name as a new folder, and I will create as React local project, or say React IIS, something like this. And in this, generally we have to create, I will open Notepad directly. I will just put here some heading, React shopping, something like this I am giving. And I will save this in that physical path. What is the physical path? In D drive. And in D drive, so React IIS. So this is React IIS. In that we will give the name index.html. We are directly giving that. And now let me change this path here. Let's go to IIS. So in the IIS, you see here, in that default website React shop, we will go to the location here, and in the settings we will change for this. The physical path we will change as, so in D drive, I just created React IIS. React IIS, I am giving this one. Okay, that is the path configured for it. Now let's open here localhost / what is it? React shop. I am accessing that. It should get me the index page. Directly it gets it. Locally it is working. Actually, you have to configure an app like that. We haven't designed our app for local actually. That is the reason all path issues will come. I just taken a project which already we built it. And it is not designed for local locations. If it is designed for local location, then it works fine. If it is not designed for local location, then you have to do a lot of changes in the path. All resources location also you have to change if you are using images, CSS, everything, right? So that is local, how you configure manually, but this is not recommended, right? So because this is manual approach, we don't prefer these type of manual things. Just I showed you the process. That means that's how we do actually when you are designing an application. That means how do we request this HTTP localhost? In that we have to use React shop, right? You have to make sure that this build folder is having add index.html into build. We need to have this, but all the configuration for path must be correctly defined, right? Just the process you need to understand, that is how locally done. But in reality, we need to publish this onto cloud. Now we will see how to publish onto cloud. I will show you one simple example how to publish on Firebase Cloud. That means we will see how to make it live so that everybody can see it, everybody can use it. Who have that URL, he can watch it. So how do we do that? How we can use? You can use AWS, you can use Azure, but every cloud environment requires knowledge of that cloud. You should know about it. You should know how that cloud works, what are the configurations required for that cloud. But as a React developer, you can learn few steps and you can install few libraries and run few commands. Automatically, it will take care about hosting. But configuring databases, configuring APIs, this all requires complete knowledge on cloud. You need to know how to create and host local databases in cloud, how to configure the databases for your application, APIs for your application. That requires complete cloud knowledge. I'm showing you how to push our project to cloud. That is the process, actually, deployment. For that, first what you do is, for Firebase, actually Firebase is a Google Cloud. So what you have to do is open Firebase and log in with your Google account. With your Google account, you can log in. So with your Google account, you can log in into Firebase. Actually, Firebase provides free service and premium also. Firebase. Open this Firebase and this is Firebase, and log in into Firebase with your Google account. I already logged in into my Google account. I already logged into the Google account. You have to log in into Firebase Google account. I will give you. This is the login. Next, after login, what you have to do is go to console and create a new app. Create a new project, actually. Go to console and create a new project on your cloud environment, right? You go here, there is a console option. Go to the console and create a project. Already I have so many projects here, right? So many projects are there. There is a limit for free users. So some 9, 10, some limit is there. Make sure that if you are not using them, delete them when you are practicing that, right? Paid services, you have to buy it, right? Here free you can do. I will add project and it is asking project name. What you want the project name? So any name for the project you need to configure. I will give the project name as React Shop Demo. React Shop Demo. You see this unique ID means this is not available. That unique ID is given at the suffix means it's not available. Already it is maybe taken because it goes live. So that is the reason you should give some name which is not taken by anybody, right? I will say React something like Smart Shop Demo. That is okay. It is there. React Smart Shop Demo. That is my project. I created it. Okay. So define a project name. So first you create a new project and the project name. I given that project name. After that, continue. And in this, it is asking, do you want to share analytics for your Firebase project, add analytics? This is for the people who want to make analysis of the complete project. How many users are there? How much load is coming? Everything, right? Analysis. That is for your general references. You can have it. So analytics, that means Google Analytics. What you do is just skip that. Okay. This Google Analytics, you just continue. right? So you don't need to worry about that. Just continue about the Google Analytics style. Now it is asking account. So then you select account. Is actually we have a default free account actually. Name is React Shopping, and Google Analytics you continue, and it is default account. There will be a default account. That means you can have multiple accounts. You can have a paid service account. So you select the default account for Firebase. You select a default account, that is enough. And you have to just click on create project. So click on create project. Now actually you are creating, it will take a time. Now actually you are creating a simple empty repository in your cloud environment. Now what we have to do, we need to connect this to our React project and push all our data there, right? That means you are creating an empty project. You are creating an empty repository. So your project is ready, and you continue. So your project is ready. This is your project environment. In this, lot of things will be there. That is all for the people who want, who know cloud technology, right? Now this is okay. This is ready for you. Now what you have to do is, now the project is ready. Once the project is ready, that means now what you have to do, you have to push your project into cloud. So next step, what you have to do is, you have to download and install. You have to download and install Firebase tools. Firebase tools on your PC. In order to use Firebase, remember Firebase is a cloud technology service which you can use for any project. Your Angular, React, Java, .NET, PHP, Python, any project you can publish. For that, you need some tools to download, and you have to install the Firebase tools here. Actually, you see in this build, you see there is a hosting option available, right? There is an hosting option available. When you go to the hosting option, it will show you what are the options required for hosting. That means to deploy what is necessary, it will give you. That means it says that you have to install Firebase CLI. So you have to install Firebase CLI globally on your computer so that you can use this anywhere, any project you can use. So you have to install globally Firebase tools. You have to install globally Firebase tools. So we have to open the command prompt and install the Firebase tools globally. You have to do this now. That means you have to install the Firebase tools. So once the Firebase tools are installed successfully, then what you have to do is, after installing Firebase tools, next open your project in VS Code. Then you have to open terminal and log in into Firebase. You have to log in into Firebase. For that, you have to run Firebase login. That means if you are not logged in, then it will open a browser and it will ask you to log in into your Firebase account. That means you have to provide your Google email ID and password for logging into Firebase. Already I logged in. I already logged in here. I already logged in here. Already I logged in a separate window. Then after I log in, what I have to do now, go to the project. Yeah, go to the project, open the terminal. Here we have to run the command. What is the command you have to run? You have to run the command that is Firebase login. You have to use it. Firebase login, that means it will connect to the Firebase and it will make sure that you are connected with Firebase. Because without connecting with Firebase, you cannot push this project onto Firebase Cloud. You have to log in. You have to make sure that it is logged. If it is not logged in, it will ask user ID and password for login. If it is already logged in, it will show the message that you already logged in. You can just continue. Right? Now, when you are using free cloud accounts, you need to keep little bit patience, because sometimes free cloud servers may not respond immediate. Sometimes you have to try 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. Some issues will be there in the network. But when you are using a paid service, that will not be an issue, right? You see, it is already logged in. Already logged in, it is saying that some updated version is there. Because I installed a few months back, it is an old version I am having. It is saying that there is a latest version. Do you want to update? It will be a serious issue if that update have some security patches. If that update is not having security patches, it's okay. You can continue with your old version. Otherwise, you need to update to the new version. Nothing but you install this command again, it will get you the latest. It will get you the latest version, right? If it is a serious issue, you have to do it. That means in the next step, it will show error saying that please update to the latest, right? So technically now, so it is logged in already. It is logged in. Once it is logged in, now we have to start pushing our project into cloud. For that, you have to run the command. Here you have to run the command. Next, you have to run the command. We have Firebase init, initialization. We have npm init. We have seen tsc init. You have seen, right? You have Firebase init. You have to use that Firebase init. So let's run this Firebase init. Okay. Now it will walk through some steps. There you have to answer some questions. You see, do you like to proceed? So that means it is saying that Firebase project is using this directory called React Shopping. Do you want to continue with this or something else? Yes, proceed. Okay. Now it is asking. So another step. Okay. So let's keep it clear. You see, it is asking, would you like to proceed? Let me give you the questions, right? This is the question it is asking. We said yes. Second, it is asking which feature of Firebase you want to use here. That means for connecting with real-time databases, or for connecting with configuring security rules or functions, or only hosting. Our work is only hosting. That means it is asking which Firebase features do you want to set up for your directory, right? Which Firebase feature you want to set up for your directory. So here what we are doing, here we are using what? Hosting. That means you have to use up and down arrows and select that hosting using space bar, right? And you see, configure the files for Firebase hosting, and optionally set up GitHub. If you have a GitHub link also, you can configure for GitHub, set up GitHub. So we will select this hosting. That means hosting that configures and deploys. This we are selecting. And you have to choose by using spacebar to select. Okay. You can select multiple also. You can choose analytics, you can choose security, you can choose real-time database. All of them you can select. Currently, I am selecting hosting. Okay, next step. After selecting hosting, it is asking which project you want. That means it is asking, use an existing project or create a new project. Do you have already a project created in Firebase, or you want to create now? Already we have a repository. That means what we have to do? Use existing project. That means it is asking another question. Use existing project. We will use that existing project and enter. Okay. Then it will ask which project it is. You see, it will show all the projects which are available in my repository. And see the project. What is the project that we created? Use down arrow. What is React Smart Shopper? Is it React Smart Shop or React Smart Shop Demo? It is React Smart Shop Demo. Okay. So I will choose that React Smart Shop Demo. This is the project I want to deploy. That means you have to choose that, select the Firebase project. You have to choose that Firebase project. So this is Firebase project. It is asking, choose the Firebase project. And the Firebase project is this one, right? React Smart Shop Demo. I'm using that one. We are using that Firebase. Okay. After selecting this, you can see you selected it and hit enter. Okay. Now it is asking, what do you want to use as your public directory? What do you want to use as your public directory? That means it is asking that, what is your production folder? Understood? What is your production folder? In some projects, the production folder will be public. But in our project, the production folder is build. Understood? The production folder is build. That everything is built into the production. So in several other applications, it will be public. So some other projects, it will be dist, DIST. Dist, that is dist, for ready for production, right? So you have to just mention the folder name. What is the folder? It is build. I will write the folder name as build. Make sure that you are mentioning the same name that is present here, right? Yeah. So that is the build folder. Okay. It is asking, configure single page applications. That means, is it a single page application? Yes, it is a single page application. That means everything is configured in index.html. Am I right? So I will copy this here. It is single page application. So yes, that means it is asking, is it a single page application? Do you want to rewrite everything into one index.html? Yes, we need to do that. So that we have to do it. Enter. And it is saying automatically build and deploy with GitHub. We don't have any configuration with GitHub. So no. If you have configuration with GitHub, you can configure with GitHub, right? You can repository. And it is asking, index already exists. Do you want to overwrite? That means build index is already there. Do you want to overwrite? It is asking overwrite. We don't want to overwrite. That means already index is there. Do you want to overwrite? No, no need to overwrite. Already it is there. So you don't need to overwrite. This will be sometimes issue. Okay. So if you overwrite, there will be issue. This is no. And it is asking, do you want to overwrite here? Already exists. Do you want to overwrite? If you overwrite, what happens? It will write the build again. All content will be copied into which file? Index. It will override that. Fire build already exists, and in that already everything is generated. So no need to override. Say no. So everything is ready. So that means initialization completed. Firebase initialization is completed. So that means, do you want to overwrite? Overwrite index.html. So here we kept as no, right? And here it is done. Now initialization is complete. After initialization completed, that means this is all finished. After initialization is completed, now we have to deploy. Initialization is completed, but still the files are not uploaded into cloud. That means now we have to just use Firebase deploy. We have to run the command Firebase deploy. Just you have to run the command here. So the command is Firebase deploy. We have to run the command Firebase deploy. And you can see it is deploying onto that. It will take little time because depending on what files and folders you are having in your project. We have a lot of files and folders, components. It's ready. Deployment successfully completed, and this is our hosting URL. This is your hosting URL. That means this is your project. This is where your project is live running. This is the hosting URL. That means you got your hosting URL. That means this is your project. So URL. Let's open this URL. That means you can open this URL in a browser. This is your React application running live. It's live running now. I can select here existing user, new user. We have the dashboard. It gets the login because we haven't logged in. But remember, database and all things are not configured here. APIs, database, lot of things are to be done. If your project is using a MongoDB backend database, Node.js server-side API, everything to be pushed to cloud. It's a very lengthy process. That is all cloud techniques. That is what people learn in cloud technologies. AWS, Azure, what people learn there. How to configure servers, how to configure databases, how to configure APIs, how to connect database with servers, APIs, how to connect API with applications. These are all cloud technology. You have learned how do you push your application into cloud. Now it is live. Anybody who have this URL, he can access. That means anybody can watch it and anybody can use it. Now, if you want to turn it into your custom domain, www.myshop.com, right? Then you have to purchase domains. That means you see, now you can see here already project overview. I go to the project overview. In this project overview, you can see there is hosting. You can see this is hosting. In this overview, you can see it will show you all the details of about your project. It will give you all the details actually. Now, what you can do is you can let it open. It will take some time. Every time now what you have to do. So hosting is there. Yeah, it will open. Yeah, you see add a custom domain will be there. Current your domain is this. This is your project. Anybody can access it. Right? Anybody can access. You can watch it now on your PCs or in mobiles. You have that React shop.web app. It will open. Now the point is, if you want your own domain, then add custom domain. Custom domain, then you can search for domain. You can purchase the domain and make it live. This will publish. That means www.yourname.org.com, anything you want. So you can do that. For that, actually, these are all cloud related techniques you have to understand. You need to know so many about cloud interactions, configurations of servers, databases, and all. This is the process of learning how to deploy onto any cloud environment. Same like this. It is Azure or on AWS or on GitHub pages, everything will be similar. So similar, but the library is different. The commands are different. You have to know about them. What you can do is you can go to official website of React. In that you will find a deployment tab. In the deployment tab, documents, you will find Azure deployment, AWS deployment. You check it. Then they will guide you for Azure how to do, for AWS how to do. For that you need account now. You need to create an AWS account. You need to have an account. So, and you can publish by using those commands. Suppose if you have GitHub pages already, you have GitHub pages. You can try on GitHub pages. You know now how to do on GitHub pages, right? I hope you people are already aware of GitHub pages because generally these days now, if anybody asks like, okay, so you are a React developer. So can I see your works, what you have done? right? That means, can you show me what you have done in React, what you have learned? Then how? Obviously you need a portfolio, right? You need a portfolio. These days everybody have his own online portfolios. In resume they just give the link of that portfolio, so any interviewer can open that portfolio and see your work, your projects. That is completely everybody do that by using GitHub Pages majority, right? You can do with GitHub Pages. How to make this available on GitHub? Same thing, same process, just overview I will give you. If you have not any idea on that, just overview I will give. Generally for that what we do, we have to, this is live working now, all right? And so generally GitHub Pages means you have to go to GitHub, right? You have to log in into GitHub. So this is GitHub. This is GitHub. You have to log in into GitHub, into your GitHub account. You have to log in. Once you log in into your GitHub account, then you can create a repository. You can link that repository to your project build folder. For that, you can download GitHub Desktop. It will be easy for you. You have GitHub Desktops, right? If you have installed this GitHub Desktop, it will be easy for you. Yeah, this is GitHub Desktop, right? So this is GitHub Desktop. So you have to create a repository on GitHub, log in into your GitHub account, create a repository. What you have to do, you have to select here the current repository. I already have so many projects here on GitHub. You have to just click on add, you select clone repository, and here you have to choose which repository you want. That means whatever you created on GitHub repositories, you have to select them. You have to copy this local path, and very important, in this path you have to put your build folder. The complete build folder you have to put it here, push from here, it will publish. You might have learned already, many people may have awareness on this. This is again a lengthy process. If you already have an idea, it's very good. Otherwise I will upload one document with various cloud deployments. You check them according to your availabilities, what you know, right? What you have learned. So based on that, I already showed you Firebase. Similar to that, different clouds, I will give you a document, you verify them, you can check them, you can try on that, right? So that is deploying, how we can deploy, build and deploy, right? How you can build and deploy, make your application live, right? Now, once you are good with this deployment, next, another point here is we have to know about one more concept. And the concept is how we can develop, how we can design progressive web applications. Till now you have seen single page application. If you ask, okay, after single page application, next what? That means if you say that I learned React, so I have done React, then next what do you suggest for me? That means where do I go now from here? Next step what? Better you learn progressive web applications. Progressive web application is nothing but you are building an application, which progressive web application means, I will show you actual point. PW is a nothing but progressive web application. What is a progressive web application? So I will tell you a simple point. Actually, app-like experience, app-like experience in browser. These are progressive web applications. App-like experience in browser. You will feel like you are using an app, but it is a web application having an app-like experience in browser, just like how you feel in your mobiles. For example, I will show you one example like photopea.com. Okay, .com online. Yeah. You see, this is a simple application, means a website I am showing you here actually. When you open this, you will find that actually it is nothing but it is Photoshop online. It is Photoshop online, right? It is opening. Yeah, you can see I am creating a new project here. I am creating a new project. Create here. You can see this is. You can see this is like an app. You can see I am drawing here. I am drawing here. This is not like page like experience. I have a toolbar. I have a environment setup layers here. This is an app like experience in browser. You feel like you are using an app. This is PWA. This is progressive web application. That means now how you can build such progressive web applications. How you can build such progressive web applications. Actually, to build such progressive web applications, so not just React, you have to use various frameworks like we have framework like Apache Cordova. We have Apache Cordova. So you have like Ionic. You have like native script. Native script is also there. So you can use React Native, which people know. Generally, many times people know React Native, but not only React Native, so many are there. So right, so many are there for building progressive web applications. Actually, you can see this is Cordova Apache. Yeah. This is Apache Cordova. It is a framework for building. So for building mobile applications, you can see iOS, Android applications, Windows applications, you can build with the combination of just HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You can use, instead of JavaScript, React. We have the frameworks like Ionic framework. This is another Ionic framework. It is used for building apps. Now it is available for React. That means you can build mobile native applications using this. Right? You have like native script. Native script is another framework. This is another. So you can build this. So it is now available for React. So technically you can build applications. It is for all JavaScript, TypeScript, React. Right? That means generally many times at learning level people know about React Native. So React Native. This is React Native. But actually it is more than React Native. That means it's not just React Native, so many are there. So I will show you how this React Native looks like, a overview, how an progressive web application looks like. You can start building also. Just you need to know about the new features inside this framework. Right? Ionic, all such frameworks you can handle by yourself now. Right? Those nobody need to teach much about them. You will not find much tutorials anywhere also for these frameworks, because a React developer generally explores them by himself. So he can know. But people have to know about mobile technologies like Android, iOS. They have to learn about them. So then React will help them for such people. If you are learning Android, iOS, and React will help you in building more better applications with your Android and iOS. Right? React is not only for building such applications. So it is used in them to build such things. So now we will see one example how we can build a mobile native application with React Native or Ionic like framework. Right? Then you will get a clarity on what are progressive web applications. Right? That we'll see tomorrow. Right? In tomorrow's session, we will see one simple progressive web application, mobile environment, how we can use and build. Okay, then we will continue in tomorrow's session. Right.